The White Wizard Saruman has betrayed his master Sauron and now looks to take the One Ring for himself. And now the Dark Lord has been forced to turn his armies against Saruman and Isengard in today's Dawnless Days siege battlefield today. And we have a bit of a 2v2, and it is looking like a very, very exciting one. I have to pause it because Isengard is immediately going to be doing a sally out here with some wargs of Isengard. But yeah, we have two Mordor armies here facing off against two Isengard armies on the defense. So yeah, Isengard bringing some of his weapons of war. We've got sappers on the defense, which will be an interesting sort of use of them. Would say I would say they're more of an offensive unit than a defensive. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they can survive volleys from arrows. Like yeah, we've got like the Mordor bow rabble with like 300 man units. Like even their terrible accuracy, they might be able to kill 10 guys. We've got grenadiers, 2 units of those. So it'd be very useful to see them maybe in a choke point, blasting some units. But it looks like yeah, we're going to see a wall defense here from Isengard. They're also bringing their own Mordor bow rabble. It's the battle of the rabble in today's game. But yeah, trolls on the attack. It could be very, very interesting. And then obviously we've got like guards that have really good pole arms. And then it looks like a lot of shock, to be fair. But yeah, balance power massively not in favor of Isengard here. They've got a 3k disadvantage. I think that's mainly because of trolls. But yeah, this will be interesting to see. So we'll press the play button and get straight into the carnage, as we have the wargs of Isengard going in here. I mean, I'd say they're more anti-cav than anti-infantry units, but they might do okay here. They are, yeah, do some reasonable damage there, killing like, 50, 60, like, Uruk Throng there. That's not a bad start, you know, there from Isengard. That's the sort of kills they're going to be needing in today's game. I mean, another charge from the wargs of Isengard might just do it here and just, you know, put this Uruk Throng out of commission. But yeah, I've been told this is a super, super close siege battle that comes down to fighting around the victory point. So it's definitely worth getting some snacks, getting yourself some drinks, and preparing for a glorious Dawnless Days siege battle. But yeah, Witch King here trying to sally out, well, counter the sally out, and he's getting shot at by crossbows and by archers. So I think that was the plan there from the wargs, is to try and bait units into the close to the wall, so then like the units like Lurts out here as well, the general unit here, are able to shoot at point blank range. These sort of like more important units. Wargs going deep in enemy lines there though, went a little bit too aggressive, trying to kill the bow rabble. And they themselves have been silenced by the Witch King and by Uruk's spears there, so they have been finished. But they've done some good damage to some of these Uruk Throng, you know, in fairness. I say that these guys are anti-cab, but evidently they can do okay against infantry, the wargs. You know, not too bad. We're going to see them charging the pillagers here. And they're tier 1. I wouldn't be surprised if they rip through this pillager unit. In they go. Beasts here feasting on the rotten flesh of orcs. Very, very nice. Yeah, those talons there of the wargs just rip through these orcs. Yeah, the wargs there, yeah, doing very, very nice. And actually, yeah, no, that's a shock infantry gone there for Mordor. It's a very good result. If they can bounce out of that, maybe hit the sword ahead of them. And it's like, what does Mordor do? Does it send forward more cav to deal with it? I mean, it has plenty. As you can see here, Sims AI now finally being activated to be used. And they do need to just silence these wargs quickly. They've done far too much damage for what is a pretty cheap unit, to be honest. And they've destroyed a good portion of this first wave of the assault of Mordor. We're going to see shock infantry now land. We've got crossbows here firing, and we've got Uruk-hai infantry. The Uruk-hai infantry is certainly going to be superior to this first wave of orcs, that's for sure. I mean, it looks like they've got a lot of stormers and just basic Uruk-hai infantry being brought. Yeah, they're good. They'll probably, you know, be able to stop the pillagers to a certain extent. Unless they can get a good charge to pillagers, they're probably not going to do a lot of damage to these heavily armored Uruk-hai. But in there you go. Certainly, I was going to say Gondor will be happy to see, like, you know, Mordor and Isengard fighting amongst each other rather than fighting Gondor. But maybe this is in a world where, like, the forces of good have already been defeated, and there are no more good guys, and it's just the evil guys duking it out, which is quite possible, to be honest. We've got as a Mordor rabble here, an Isengard spear, a really cheap spear, just here to block the ramp. It's another good delaying tactic that you can employ as a defender. You'll pin this Uruk Throng in melee in a moment. I think there you go. They're going to get activated. They're going to go in. And then we're going to see Uruk-hai crossbows probably just shoot from above here. Probably just pick off any Uruk Throng that they want to. They might try and shoot for something different, maybe shoot the pole arms or something over here. But yeah, really good little move there. And yeah, there you go, the crossbows firing, and they are firing at the pole arms all the way back there. They've just come into range. And there you go, already dropping to 108 from 110. Not massive, but it already shows HP for them is going. And for some reason, we're getting a bit of a lag. I don't know why. I do apologize. Not really much I can do about it. It's a pretty small siege as well. So
ally is attacked.
Really is odd to see. But there you go. We'll power through. It's not really too bad. It's just a little bit there, here and there. But yes, if you're a fan of all things Dawnless Days, I know this is probably like the most popular content really on the channel. You guys just love Lord of the Rings and Dawnless Days, which is great to see. It's kind of like, you know what, yeah, it gets showcased the most really on the channel. Then yeah, and you want to see more of it. If you're new around here, you're like, man, I'm really loving this content, this Lord of the Rings stuff. Get me more of that. Yeah, do hit that like button. We're also getting close to 12k subs, so if you haven't subbed, definitely recommend you do so. Got loads more Dawnless Days content to come. Really excited for some stuff coming down the line. Some more exciting unit overviews and obviously the campaign eventually down the line as well. Hopefully in the near future. I mean, hoping and praying. But yeah, if you want to see it sooner rather than later, and you want to get involved in sort of helping with the mod, maybe if you want to leave your mark on it, I definitely do recommend getting involved in the development. They are still looking for more 3D and 2D artists. You might be like, I don't know what I'm doing there, Pope. I'm not a 2D or 3D artist. You can learn. These guys don't just obviously send you into the deep end. They're going to obviously teach you how to do stuff first before sending you off on a project. And even then, I'm sure the team will help you where necessary. Oh my gosh, these poor berserkers getting focused down by archers there. But yeah, if you want to see the campaign sooner rather than later, and you're interested in modding, then I definitely recommend get in touch with the dev team on their Discord if you aren't already in it. The link is down below, along with my own Discord if you want to send in any of your own replays, like this one was sent in by a member of my Discord who said, yeah, definitely need to check this one out, Pope. Very, very cool. Very, very good to cover. Berserkers here, though. I'd say slightly wasted against a Mordor Pillager. Maybe a little bit. Maybe. Another Berserker going in here, just like to say. They are sending in a lot of elites early on here. They're kind of running out of infantry. They're holding at these points at the gates instead, which is an interesting play. Uruk-Throng are through. They're fighting Ugluk Retinue and White and Storm. It seems like a bit overkill to try and stop one Uruk-Throng. Got 3 very solid sword units there. We are seeing missiles now being activated. Mordor Bow Rabble dueling with more Mordor Bow Rabble. And yeah, Mordor Bow Rabble is losing. Kind of confusing to say, but that is the case. And they are routing pretty like properly. They are not going to be coming back. 78, and even if they do, some of them are low on ammo. But yeah, just a few more volleys here. They rout these ones. That's massive. And they got rid of half of the enemy archers already. And they're going to obviously affect massively the number count that they are bringing here today as Mordor. Already, yeah, look at that. The numbers are shooting down for Mordor. Down from 7,200 to 4,800. The defenders losing about, yeah, less than 1,000 they've lost so far. They've lost 800 troops so far. And most of those are going to be wargs. And berserkers, I'd say, to be honest. I think they're taking the largest losses here. These berserkers are getting focused down by those mass volleys from the Mordor Bow Rabble. There you go, yeah. It's a very effective way to kill off a very expensive unit. Mordor Bow Rabble, cheap as chips. Mass them up all like this, all 4, and you just blast. 1 unit at a time. I mean, you should do this anyway with any archer, but like for a terrible archer like a Mordor Bow Rabble, which, you know, terrible accuracy really, it needs that extra bit of help. Using all 4, great idea on 1 target. Now we've got pikes here now defending the gateway, and we've got Olokai coming through, so that's why the pikes are up. Probably also why the Olokai are up. I don't know which one really came first, we didn't quite see, but I think the pikes came to counter the Olokai. Archers are going to be needed to really deal with this Uruk-hai pike. How easy an angle it is for these bows to arc over, I'm not really sure. They seem like they're obstructed. Probably because they're stood on top of each other. But if they can mount some bows or crossbows onto these walls and start shooting these bow rabble, they can get rid of these quite quickly. Save the pikes from being murdered by archers at least. They might still get murdered here by the Olokai. We're trying to wade through the orcs. These orcs on both sides. One's Orokai and one is orcs. I think there is a differentiation between the two. I think because Orokai are like blended with goblins, I'm pretty sure like their blood is. Interesting to see. Yeah, Mordor looked like he was going to make a push over here. Change his mind whether he feel like he's overstretched. I don't know, but Isengard now actually on the counteroffensive here with a couple of units of his own, some swords, one basic Orokai and one more expensive Orokai Stormer, like White Hand Stormer. Yeah, I don't know why we're getting just little bouts of lag, really odd. Still waiting to see whether any of these grenadiers are going to get used, or the sappers. Like I said, that's going to be the most interesting. Probably being used as for anti-pole arms, potentially. Berserker's here also just kind of standing up on Judy, just ready to get shot, which is a little bit concerning. Don't want them just to get focused down for free. There you go, the troll starts swinging, battering away at these pikes. Oh, and they are dropping pretty quick. Wow. Is that just because the pikes? No, I think crossbows as well. I think we've got crossbows here firing in, and they do a lot of armor-piercing damage. And those trolls, they are dropping quick. That's a great result there for Isengard. Really good. And already, look at this. Mordor short on troops, you know. Very short. I mean, I think they're going to use their Sons to the Eye, like, as a infantry unit. It's a valid tactic. These guys go from being a cav unit to being one of the best infantry units around, which is kind of insane. They just kind of hold on to their stats, and they get some pretty decent charge bonuses and melee stats. So, I think that is their plan, at least for Mordor, to bring so many of them. It is a strategy that I've seen used time and time again. Like I said, I don't know why we're getting lag for some reason. Very odd. And in go the Morgul Raiders. Okay, so we are back at where we left off. I've reloaded the replay up because I was kind of getting sick of the lag to see whether I could, if that was going to change it. We'll see whether that has. I'm not sure. The other thing that really can come to mind is possibly the map. That might be causing a bit of lag. I really have no idea. But anyway, we've not really missed anything from happening. We've got a second Olokai unit in here, by the way. As you might be able to work out, this unit is slowly getting cut down as well. Getting surrounded by Orokai down here. And yeah, it looks like might be able to defeat it. I don't know. We've got archers and melee here. I don't know if that's yeah, I think that's a micro mistake or something, but I think we're going to see Lurtz in a minute also get point blank here onto these archers and just try and blast them. I think they are trying to, I don't know if it's pathfinding or whether they're just accidentally doing it. They are pulling through, well, they're not really pulling through their archers because the trolls are pulled through the pikes, which is legal. So the archers are just pulling through trolls, which is absolutely fine, really, in my book, I'm going to say. We've got grenadiers here actually getting ready to go in. Grenadiers are actually very much being committed to blowing up a Morgul orc, and maybe at the expense of a very weak berserker. I don't still think it was worth it. I think they actually did pull out a bunch of units here, which was threatening, which looked like a better target here for the grenadiers. I think we're about to see another grenadier volley. No, we're not actually. But yeah, not too bad a result there for the grenadiers. They've got some kills. They routed a pretty non-existent Morgul orc, I'd say. Not very effective unit to kill. Mordor Orc Warriors still going into melee here with the Orokai infantry. They're going to lose that fight, I'd imagine. And actually, the general and the trolls aren't doing what I thought they were going to do. They are dismounting, but they're going in over here. They're going to try and destroy this gatehouse. They should just get the trolls to do it. They'll destroy it quite quickly. I thought they were going to dismount their infantry and get them over the walls. The cavalry, get them over the walls there. The trolls will still have to go through the gates, I guess. That's the problem. But yeah, they are going to have to destroy this gatehouse. And this, just by stretching the defenders, is probably going to have to force them to withdraw. Because otherwise, the defenders, in this like one-on-one situation they're in right now, probably are in a really good position, to be honest. They're doing a really good job, but they are routing so much of Mordor's armies right now. Saruman is doing a great job right now defeating his overlord's enemies. His overlord's enemies' armies. That's what I meant to say. Got pillagers over here. These seem to be causing a few issues. They are going to hold this line. I mean, they are slowly losing this one. It's requiring a 2v1 here to win this fight. Whether they can get something over here, they might be able to batter their way through and win this fight. We've got Uruk spears here fighting some units, but the archer ammo is also starting to slowly affect Mordor bow rabble. If they can get some of these crossbows and these archers onto the wall, that might help. Whether the grenadiers, if they got them onto a fort wall, like a grenade at that range, do some damage there. They've still got a lot of crossbow ammo here, which they might be also thinking of saving for the trolls, who, speaking of, they have just broken through this gate over here. The Sons of the Eye and the trolls are going to come in. I imagine they're going to capture this gate before they start to fall in on the flank here. If they decide to do that, there are pikes already falling back. I think they maybe were shifting those over to try and block the gate. Had no joy because they are not going to get through. And there is going to have to be an all-out retreat soon from Isengard, or they're going to threaten. There's going to be a threat to their capture point, and that could mean GG. Well, in 150 seconds, pretty much, if they manage to capture that. Pikes, though, are going to, I guess, defend the final point, make that bit of a more of a pain. If they can defend this point here, in that choke point, it is going to force them to go all the way around the settlement, just to try and get back in. So if the pikes can do that, they'll be okay. And Isengard has a little bit more of a lease of life. Windstorm is here, and Berserker. I mean, this is a great side shots every time in this fight here. This choke point, relentless. Going to see Grenadiers coming forward again. They need to be careful not to pull through. And over here we've got the Mordor bow rabble still being a pain. They are slowly but surely, though, being focused down. Polearms, I think, committed one already. Doesn't look like it. I don't know if they've landed. Oh no, they've sent them all around over here. It's also not a bad idea, to be fair, to counter the pikes that have got into position. Well, actually, no, they haven't. They've still got quite a way to go, and they're exhausted or very tired. So yeah, they've still got a little way to go. Cav is chasing, but yeah, I think they might make it just about in time. We'll see. It could be close, that one there. Isengard is starting to take back its range as well, so that's going to make them how effective they're now going to be against the bow rabble here. I'm not so sure. We are going to see, I think, Sea Grenadiers try and get onto this wall. Are technically kind of pulling through a little Uruk spear here. They need to route that spear quickly, otherwise these Grenadiers are going to die quickly. But can they grenade onto the bow rabble? I mean, they don't necessarily need to, but it is big kills if they can route these units quickly. And that could be huge. Yeah, they need to get rid of that spear because it's technically causing this Grenadier to be in melee still, which is problematic. Looks like Isengard units over here broke. Yeah, I think they all did. Did they all break, or did they just pull out of combat? I'm not really sure. These guys are the ones that might have been engaged over here. So yeah, not quite sure. Start grenading, boys. Start doing what you need to do. Pikes hold on here. They're going to keep just slowing down the Uruks. They're going to just be fighting there. Oh, they have got a polearm, waiting at the bottom here. So maybe they'll send that up soon. We've got Uruk strong. Are they? Sorry, bow rabble. Well, they were going to mount up, but they're going round. It looks like instead. Grenadiers here. Don't know what's going on. These spears hopefully aren't bugged out. I really hope not. The last thing we need now is a bug replay. I was given a very dodgy list of submods for this one. Lacking in a list. So hopefully it's accurate. Looks like, yeah, Isengard going in, trying to deal with these units over here. Whether they've just been forgotten about, I don't know. Whether the player just forgot a micro, I'm not sure. Over here, this is concerning. Oh my gosh, there we go. Did you see the sappers get used? And they kind of look, they were effective. I think they actually did get blow up an entire Servants of the Eye unit there. I'm not quite sure how they managed that. Did they just stand behind this barricade? I think they might have stood behind this barricade here, a little bit of stakes, and then just blown up the Servants of the Eye. Uruk-hai here, though, are flanking. And I don't think these Uruk-hai are going to last. They've dismounted the Servants of the Eye instead of just charging them in, and they are going to start slaying here. And yeah, I mean, we've got a whole conglomerate here of just units from Mordor going in, and they are going to try and get through. Look at that Uruk-hai pikes. They are about to waver and break. Surely Isengard is not going to get back here and contest in time. He might do. There's a lot of units that are rushing back. Isengard, though, is still trying to deal with units out here. I think some of these units might be bugged out, sadly, which is a shame. It is a real shame. These Grenadiers here, they've come off the wall. They've gone straight into melee. That might be why we're having a few like issues with lag. Might be because we've got the wrong load order. Which if that's the shame, if that's the case, it's a real shame. And they are going to break this Uruk Spear, though, just about. So, I mean, that's handy for the White Hand Grenadiers. So they need to get out of here and get back to the final cap point to help out here. We've got, again, more Grenadiers going in. And they've actually done more damage to the Uruk-hai here. They've actually managed to do some, yes, pretty damaging hits here. They've managed to kill another 2 Orcs. Didn't really think that the Grenadiers would be an effective counter, but there you go. The Uruk-hai now are, though, descending on these guys. They are capturing the point. Is the Dark Lord here. He's going to be, looks like he's going to be exacting his toll against his unruly subordinate. Still routing some units here by the wall. They are landing some of their bows as well, trying to rout them. We're seeing crossbows getting revitalized with ammo, which is, I guess, quite good to see. At least they're going to be needing that ammo. Problem is that a lot of the crossbows here, the key units they're going to need for filling the Uruk-hai, they're getting mowed down by Servants of the Eye here. There you go, Uruk-hai crossbows losing decisively. I think it's just because they're trying to re-maneuver and they're getting killed off. Ugluk, though, going in. Him going into melee and prolonged melee, he might give himself a chance against his Servants of the Eye. I think they're also going to try and, yeah, start focusing down the Servants of the Eye here with the crossbows, trying to do as much damage as possible. Another crossbow here, setting up. That needs to get out of here. Does not want to hang around these Uruk-hai at all. How have they not captured this yet? I still don't understand how they've not captured Isengard's point here. Should really be... They've got nothing else on the point contesting it, Isengard. So yeah, very odd. That's for sure. Again, the crossbows getting pinned in melee here against Uruk-hai. Lurtz getting his rangers set up. He's going to start firing. Should really be Lurtz at least being chased down by Uruk-hai. The crossbows are the ones that are going to do the serious damage here. They're the guys you want to keep alive. As you see, as Servants of the Eye, I guess that maybe they pulled through a bit, still trying to get those crossbows. They have achieved it by pulling through a little bit. Not that they should be pulling through, but it has meant that they've been slaughtered by Ugluk's bodyguard here. And again, yeah, the crossbows trying to pull out of melee, trying to get away from those Uruk-hai, but they can't seem to avoid their long stomping legs. They're firing while on the run. Didn't really think it was a very effective way to use a crossbow, but they are trying to shoot and do as much damage to these armored trolls as they can. Yeah, Isengard needs to get back what he can. I don't know really what they've got left. It says 1,200 against 1,400. I think a lot of these units over here by the wall bugged out one way or another, which is a real shame to see. So I think it's just over here what's left, really. So it could just be like a couple of troll units and some cav / infantry units and the pole arms for Mordor. And then it looks like a lot of crossbows and archers and Ugluk and a couple of Uruk-hai infantry left for Isengard. They're pretty spent when it comes to infantry. The Grenadiers still alive. They're still active. 16 of them left. Player here just trying to keep them out of melee, these crossbows. But he just needs to pin them with something, and then just pin the Uruk-hai with something, and then just shoot them with the crossbows. He's got so much range here. He should be just shooting one thing or another. Like these crossbows here, arc can hit these guys. But yeah, I don't know how like accurate this final part of the replay is. So I'm just gonna fast forward a bit. Looks like Mordor though is looking like should be winning this actually. Yeah, he should. Yeah, there you go. The clock goes down now. 140 odd seconds on the clock. Mordor here is battering away. knocking on the door of Isengard. And yeah, the trolls getting hit where they can. I mean, yeah, these crossbows hit. Don't know what's going on with these guys, but yeah, trying to do some damage to the trolls. They need to really like spread out, which I know is easier said than done on this map. It's not exactly the biggest space in the world to try and shoot from, but yeah, they need to have them in different streets. They can arc, can crossbows these days, so you can try and do as much damage as you can do in that. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna be in a bit of trouble soon. It looks like, yeah, we're down to, what, 90 seconds left on the clock, and yeah, less than 90 seconds when it comes on the replay timer. So I have a feeling that maybe Isengard is going to lose this one after what was an excellent start here for Isengard. Yeah, they have been beaten. Whether that's true of the replay, I think, like I said, I think this is a bit bugged. Kind of on the people that sent in the replay, they said this was what we think the replay, like the load order is. Evidently was not the load order.
Have given up and are running for their lives.
But I think we're getting a pretty clear representation. I think Mordor just had about enough with the cavalry and the trolls. They win it in reality. But there you go. It says a Pyrrhic victory, but I would count that as a defeat. I think they must have won it in history then, or like in the actual like live game. But yeah, they did not win it here at all. The clock counted down and they were clocked out. Some massive kills for some of these guys, and this was something by bulk. He's got some absolute huge kills here. His wargs, 267 kills, 226. Grenadiers, 36 kills, not so great. The sappers, 63 kills, is very good. 693 kills with his crossbows is insane. Mordor bow rabble, 251 kills, 270. 146 with the berserkers, 444 with the stormers, 282, 248 kills. Insane amount of kills there with the swords. Then we have Carty playing as Isengard here, 87 kills with the Uruk-hai infantry, 49 kills, sorry, with the stormers here, 125 kills with the berserkers. Thought it was 225 for a second. Grenadiers getting 113 kills. Crossbows 100 kills there, and the pikes getting 156 kills. Then we have O playing as Mordor, 110 kills with the Witch King over here. Not too bad for him. The pillagers getting 118 kills. His infantry just like got bullied. Bar this one here, Uruk Throng did well. His spears, 160 kills. And then his trolls getting 137 kills. Then we have Anakin Skywalker playing as Mordor, 162 kills with the Servants of the Eye here, 182 kills with another Servants of the Eye, 169 kills with the Bow Rabble, 133 with the Morgul Raider, 110 with another one there. Again, his infantry equally bullied by superior Isengard infantry, and also the wargs, I think, as well, had an absolute field day with those units. But there you go, guys. That is today's Dawnless Days siege battle. Saruman has been defeated by Mordor. Mordor, you know, showing that they are top dog when it comes to who is the most evil in Middle Earth. And yeah, they proved it here in today's siege battle. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. And if you do want to see more Lord of the Rings action, you've still got a taste some more bloodshed. Do check out some of the videos appearing on your screen now. But until next time, folks, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.